We're in this like severe downdraft. Well, things haven't gone to plan so far. In some ways that's a good thing, because this is a totally new location. I've got a rough idea of where I'm going to go. So it's plan B, because the Kirkstone Pass, I didn't think the road closures were as far south, so I can't get up. I was going to go on Red Screes, but yeah, it's not to be. So plan B, we'll crack on. There's been some heavy rain showers en route, but touch wood, the sun appears to be out, so that's great. Nice journey up, and it's a lot, it's a lot nicer going up in a bigger vehicle. So yeah, we'll crack on, and I will speak to you in a bit. Well, is the rain. It's only light, but these jackets, it's not fully waterproof, it's just cotton and a bit of polyester. You can wax them. They dry quickly, so I'm not too bothered about that. You wouldn't want to be out all day in it in a heavy downpour, but for this, yeah, it's absolutely fine. It's got a nice moody atmospheric feel to it, with the low cloud, just views across to distant fells coming out of the gloom and the murk. The smell of wood smoke in the air. It's definitely autumn. It's definitely got that autumn vibe, and you can't beat it. The best time of year to come to the Lake District, so we'll keep pushing on. How nice is that? A lovely rainbow. And just listen. Absolute solitude. Really dramatic views. I love it. It's you know, I used to be a lot more knowledgeable back in the day. Of life just gets in the way and you lose your knowledge. But we're looking at the Langdale Pikes over there, Pike of Stickle, very prominent peak in the background, but just with the sunlight illuminating the top of the fir trees, yeah, magical. The sound of the wind in that grass. That's what it's all about. Breathe it in and enjoy it. The rain's gone. Hopefully that's it now. Yeah. There's a nice bit of wind chill. Showers are predicted to die out. I'm sorry about the audio, I'll get the good camera out when I'm out the rain, but yeah, they're predicted to pass away and the temps are really going to drop. So yeah, it's a nice pitch. It's not long left of the light, so I'm not taking the proverbial pitching now. It's quite a remote area anyway, to be fair. There's not many people at all, so we get pitched and yeah, make it like home. I need 2 hands just for the top ones. Just with these 10mm poles, it's a bit more rigid and you've got to press the poles just to make it a little bit easier to clip these on. So we'll get the last done, but what a moody and atmospheric pitch. It's just ravens on the distant crags. Cancel all that. I've made a mistake. I need to be higher up. So I've taken the tent down and I'm going onto a slightly different spot because, yeah, I've gone the wrong place. I might have to strap my pack, I have to strap the tent back to the pack, because by the looks of it, a little bit of scrambling. Yeah, I was up there, we got a little bit of a scramble just up these crags. We'll get this done and then crack open a beer. Well, that was definitely a testing one. It's nice to be inside the tent, albeit quite wet. It's always sod's law that the showers will pass over at the time you're pitching your tent. So my outer sort of jacket is pretty much wet through, but I'll leave that in the vestibule, and hopefully the last of the shower is going to pass away. I'll stick it on a bit later on and hopefully dry it out a little bit. But what an absolutely gorgeous pitch. That rainbow is intensifying. So how nice is that? Looking out your vestibule to that lovely rainbow, and then to the right there's Coniston water. So first time in this particular Black Label Solo, first outing. I'll fill you in on why that is in a future video. But yeah, Hilleberg have been absolutely great. So hopefully it's going to be a great camp, and if these views are anything to go by, I mean, wow, that's a hailing. Wow, definitely all the elements. Hailstones, stormy out there. Hail showers, rainbows, cumulonimbus cells blowing across. It's got it all. Absolutely grim. But if you're weird and you like this sort of thing, it's fantastic. There's our fuel for our speedster spirit burner, which we're using on this one. Nice and easy. I'll give a bit of warmth in the tent as well. That is absolutely battering it down. We're in this like severe downdraft. It's like hail, really strong winds blowing out the base of the cloud. The cool air is blasting out of it. It'll pass over, but it's when there's like a whole cumulonimbus cell passing over, and it's like a big circular motion, and all that cool air is blasting down, hitting the ground, spreading out. it's, you know, it's good fun, but it wasn't really forecast to be as significant, so I'm glad I've put all the guy lines out. It just, you know, shows that you should always be prepared. Don't trust the weather forecast. Well, I won't stay out the tent for too long because that wind chill is absolutely brutal. But what an absolutely spectacular pitch. I'll turn you around, I'll show you my surroundings. Those showers have passed away, and touch wood, we should be all right. Look at this. What an absolutely superb pitch. These lovely dramatic skies, the fading light over Weatherlam. Looking to Langdale. What a fantastic pitch. Absolutely stunning. And this is what it's all about. I'm not going to stay out for too long. Well, in fact I am. I'm just going to put my gloves on. So there's the wind chill. Goes to as low as 0.5 degrees. And it'll drop down a bit more when we lose the light too. So I did want to pitch it so I could look out at the water of Coniston, but the wind is coming from, well, it's blowing that direction, so I wanted to pitch the tent correctly, and you know, I could just look out at the views anyway. So if you look at its form factor, it's a bit like a limpet, isn't it? It just hardly moves. I do prefer the Sil nylon tents. Tried the Scarp 1 Ultra. It was a nice tent. It was good, a tarp tent to let me have a go in it, but for me, the Sil nylon type tent, especially the 10mm poles, I'm going to save up and sell some gear and get an homage. Yeah, I do love my Hilleberg tents. I love all tents, but particularly Hillebergs. I've learned a lot about the company, and like I say, I'll fill you in about that on an upcoming video. Well, for now, don't think there's any point staying out. You know, just getting cold, although the views are tempting. Drying my trousers off a bit. You know, on that note, they are almost dry, and that's the thing with the G1000 garments. Yeah, it's not waterproof, but they're really quick drying. That over there, the weather behind me, let me just see if it'll pick it up. That, yeah, that is the cumulonimbus cell which passed over us and gave us all those strong winds. That's the last one. I've looked on my weather app, looked at the radar. Last one now, with clear skies for a bit. This is what it's all about. Fantastic. Oh, it's much better out of that wind. I've just been sat for a good half an hour, just enjoying and admiring the views, and it's about time we got the evening meal on, which is pasta bolognese. It's one of the tarmac ones. It's really nice, and yeah, to sort of rehydrate this one, we're using the Speedster stove. It comes in this little carrying pouch. I used it on, which video did I use it on? I think with the Scarp. It's essentially just a small spirit burner, a 30mm spirit burner, and comes with a windshield. Well, that is on the go. A little bit of a faff to get it lit, but we got there in the end. It just needed a little bit of heat, so that's nice and stable. I put another windshield around it just to try and make it a little bit more protected from the wind. And yeah, there's a couple of fellow hikers around looking for spots and places to pitch. Obviously the wild camping etiquette, you know, leave good space. So yeah, so that's what we're on. We are on a pasta bolognese, we've got a punk IPA, and we've got a lovely chocolate stout to have after that, and we've got a little bit of Malbec too. The wind is not dying down as it was forecast to, but never mind. There's someone doing a few selfies for Instagram. Temperature is certainly dropping. It's plummeting. Cheers everyone, as always, to the great outdoors. Oh. Lovely, ice cold, but very refreshing. We'll save the rest of it for our meal. Well, that's fully hydrated. Trying to film with one hand and eat with the other. Yeah, it's very, very cold, and I'm looking forward to this. Pasta bolognese. It's always nice. It's one of my favourites. Nice wholesome ingredients, and it's really tasty. So I'm going to enjoy this. Try not to spill it. And I'll speak to you in a bit. All packed up and no trace left. I always say it, as it always should be. So that's it. Again, the end of another fantastic wild camp. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video as much as I've enjoyed being out here, enjoying this stunning solitude and escapism. It's been really relaxing, really mindful, and it was really needed just to get out and relax and get away from it all. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And yeah, for those who are subscribed, thanks very much. If you're thinking about getting into wild camping, just go out and do it. Don't overthink it. Get yourself some gear and come out and experience this fantastic hobby. I'll see you on the next video, and take care.